sometimes a side hustle turns into the full-time gig. Maybe people even land on Shark Tank with it. But Kevin, how can people be sure that they will make enough money to justify a job switch, whether they're going off on their own or they're trying to pivot and work for a different kind of company? And how much should that factor into your decision?
Well, the great news now is that because you've got platforms like Facebook, and Rebecca detailed, that you can do geo-locked advertising. So in other words, there's a way to tell your story within the circumference of 100 miles or 60 miles or 50 miles that you actually want to go work. Because many people in mid-30s raising kids don't want to fly to San Francisco for a job. They're trying to figure out how to do it, even though they've been displaced. And there are millions of people displaced. But we have...
Hi, Daria. How you doing?
Over 50 companies, 80 cents on the dollar.
I'm working on a commission piece, so I thought I'd go live for a little bit and just show them what I'm doing. And I'm hoping the girl I'm doing it for hops on so she can see. Right now, I'm just mixing up all the colors. She wanted red, blues, and purples. Yeah, I'm doing good. A little chilly up here. But other than that, I'm doing good. All right, I think we got a good start here.
Any business that's figured out how to sell direct to consumer, from a giant like Nike in their last quarter, showed that 50% of their business is now direct to consumer worldwide. They thought that would take them 6 years to achieve that. They did it in 5 months in the middle of the pandemic. Who did they hire to do that? Artists, photographers, videographers, animators, because they had to tell a story and they had to make a 59-second commercial or a 29-second commercial. These skill sets that used to be, you know, at the hand of a teenager being really great on TikTok or something else are now required by corporations. There's no more starving artists out there. They're fully employed if they want to be.
All right, it's a good time for the creative. Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary. It's always great to have you, Kevin. Thank you.
Take care.
You too. And that does it for this ABC News Live update. I'm Diane Macedo. Thanks for joining us. And remember, ABC News Live is here for you all day with the latest news, context, and analysis. I'll see you back here at 3 p.m. Eastern with Terry Moran.
Okay. So, let's start with blue. She wants blues and reds and purples. You want a little white over there.
Say good morning, America, and it certainly is good to be with you on this Tuesday morning. I want you to take a look at this image from overnight, the National Mall. 56 pillars of light representing the 50 states and 6 U.S. territories.
Those lights illuminating the Field of Flags display there. Almost 200,000 U.S.
Oh, I like that white. So sparkly.
Traveled to the inauguration because of the pandemic.
Michael, there will be a memorial service at the mall tonight to remember the nearly 400,000 Americans who have lost their lives to this pandemic. Kicking off a somber inaugural under heavy security.
I never know what to say in these. The hard part is I can't pour and watch what everybody's saying, so if they're asking questions, I have to go back and answer the questions.
His second impeachment trial is looming. That's never happened before. Cecilia Vega starts us off at the White House. Good morning, Cecilia.
Yeah, hey, George, good morning to you. So the one thing we do know is that we won't be seeing much of President Trump in this final day in office. He is expected to release a video message at some point later today, but for a full week now, we have not seen President Trump in person, and he has nothing on his public schedule.
This is just the first layer. So I got a ways to go.
International travel restrictions just as potentially dangerous new strains.
They want to get these colors started.
Non-US citizens traveling from Brazil, the UK, Ireland,
country starting next week. The president saying all international visitors will require a negative COVID test instead. But in a sign of what's to come, the incoming Biden administration says the order will be reversed before it even takes effect. The soon-to-be press secretary tweeting this is not the time to be lifting restrictions on international travel. Now, in his final full day in the White House, President Trump focused on who will benefit from his pardon powers. After considering pardons for himself and his children in the face of possible criminal investigations, sources tell ABC News that is now unlikely, though he is expected to issue a flurry of
Always got to have the
pardons
gold, right?
100 names, including rapper and Trump supporter Lil Wayne, who tweeted this picture after meeting the president in October. Not on the list.
We're going to run a strip down there.
Who tells ABC News he's not
We're going to run a strip around here.
Well, the president hasn't been seen in public in a week. First Lady
And I'll have to go over that one again, I'm sure, because this is just layer one. So some of this is going to mix together.
Side of your integrity and values. Use every opportunity to show consideration for another person and build good habits into your daily lives.
But the First Lady who championed kindness as part of her
Have you heard from Carol yet for her surgery?
First Lady Dr. Jill Biden, the traditional White House tour Melania Trump received from Michelle Obama and extended by countless.
It's just a wood. It's supposed to be like a surfboard. I got it at, I think AC Moore, but I think Michael's has them too. This one is probably going to be 3 or 4 parts. This is just the first layer, and then I'll have to go over this layer again at some point and get my lines and my golds in. So this is really just layer one to get things started. I got the order last week. I just couldn't do anything last week. My leg was giving me so much trouble. It sucked. It hurt to stand. So this week I'm playing catch up. Unfortunately. He would have thought a stupid maxi coat that we wore for years as teenagers would be such an issue at my age. Certainly not me. I thought I was doing something smart to keep my legs warm.
As we get chilling new details about more suspects involved in that terrible attack. All major bridges entering the nation's capital shut down this morning as of 6 a.m.
I need a little more purple.
Federal agents and police focusing on security with 21,000.
Hi, Teresa. How are you?
Now on duty.
I'm trying to peek in to see who's on.
Fencing with razor wire.
The names are not scrolling up very fast at all, so I can't see
Patrolling the skies.
who's there.
Boats scouring the Potomac River. The security measures.
This is for a young lady who has,
Law enforcement
she started her own little business. She's 14.
like QAnon and lone wolf attackers.
She started making masks, with what's going on, and
Security.
she's taken that into a bunch of other stuff, which is just awesome for a 14-year-old to stick with something like that so long,
Have demonstrated that they will not allow mob violence to go
So, but she saw
And counting.
one of these that I had at my booth, different colors,
In custody.
and ordered
Williams taken into custody.
these colors. So,
FBI investigating whether she
seemed like a good day to start working on it.
Pelosi's office with the intention of
All right, let's see. I need more of the white.
an Army Reserve
Uh,
naval investigators in the criminal
I got to figure out how to get my camera so
Nazi sympathizer.
you guys can see what I'm doing.
Monday for his alleged
I only seem to be able to get half the picture in.
charging document that he threatened to shoot his children if they
I don't know if I need to hang it somewhere. I don't know. Maybe they have one,
police officer
that you can hang up. I don't know. I'll have to find out,
about being beaten and hit with flags, fearing for his
because that would be ideal. Then I could hang it above,
stripping my gear off,
and you can see what I'm doing.
off my vest. They stripped my badge off, my radio. At one point, people started chanting, "Kill him with the
Unfortunately, with this one, you get to see like half of it, and that's it.
vigilance."
which kind of sucks.
The city, as you can see, is on high alert. Law enforcement confident in their planning, but leery about the unknown. Robin?
Thank you, Pierre. And as we know, President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration tomorrow will be unlike any other.
I did paint the wood first. Epoxy, when it's colored, just like any other wood, it would absorb the color immediately, and you'd have to do a couple, just to get the color to stick. So I painted it with a dark blue. It won't affect any of my colors, but it'll prevent the wood from sucking up the epoxy and the colors. This white I'm using is actually crushed crystals. It is so pretty, and it adds so much sparkle. I use it in a lot of stuff now instead of the white, just because it adds this extra dimension, And everybody likes a little glitter in their lives, I think. And this white definitely gives it to you. All right, now we're going to do more red. Start building down towards this point.
On day one, Robin Biden will be sending a sweeping immigration plan here to Congress. It will provide an 8-year pathway to citizenship for millions who are living in this country without legal status, and also expand the qualifications for admissions for refugees. While it's for those so-called dreamers, they will be allowed to apply immediately for a green card. This is a sharp departure from the harsh policies of the Trump administration, but it's also a plan that could face some opposition from Republicans.
Hi, Alex. How are you?
ABC's complete coverage of the 59th presidential inauguration, starting with a special edition right here on GMA, and then we'll be live throughout this historic day. That's tomorrow here on ABC Mike.
All right, thank you, Robin. And we want to turn now to the COVID-19 crisis. The United States is on the verge of surpassing 400,000 American lives lost to the virus.
Yeah, I'm going to do one. I have a couple of these. Daria, I'm going to do one that looks like an ocean scene that you would have to hang this way, instead of this way. I got the sand. I got the shells. So I pretty much got everything I need to do it. But I thought I would, do an ocean coastal. People like coastal,
Nearly 20 times over. More than 166,000 of those Americans have lost.
All right, some more purple, and then some more gold.
Philadelphia Inquirer, St. Peter's Episcopal Church rang their bell 400 times on Sunday, once for every 1,000 deaths. The ringing lasted more than 30 minutes. Public health officials are now warning that the so-called dark winter isn't over yet. Incoming CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky said that she fears that this country could hit 500,000 dead from the coronavirus by the middle of next month. In California, Cedars-Sinai House...
I won't add the real crystals till I get to my last layer. Most of what's on here now are fire rock, like what you would use in a backyard fireplace. And some of it's just crushed crystal that you use in vases and, things like that.
In this heartbreaking photo in one of their last moments together.
The pillar of our family has been taken away from us.
But I won't do the real crystals until I know they won't get buried. This is kind of getting blended up here. That's all right. All right. Now the fun part. I gotta take this off so I can do the heat gun because I'm right-handed. The heat gun pops the bubbles.
Thanks for joining us this morning. You don't need Senate confirmation, so you become CDC director tomorrow. What's the first thing
It spreads it around a little bit, but the big thing is that the heat gun gets rid of any bubbles. You might be able to even see it as you watch where I go. You might see all, I mean, it doesn't look like all those bubbles are here, looking at it right here, but they are. Epoxy gets a lot of bubbles. And you have to be careful because you can burn it. So you gotta take your time and do it a couple different times. And it'll start to spread a little more because it's warmer. Can you see them popping on there? It's kind of fun to watch, all these tiny little bubbles. I would have never known were there until I started doing this. Wouldn't have known. I don't want that to spread so much. I'll work on the second layer. And I get it. And once all they're popped, it's got to sit a couple hours. It's got to start to harden up before I can do anything else with it. I'll hit it 1 or 2 more times just to make sure I got all the bubbles. You know, I don't want to leave any anywhere. So I'll come back in like 15 minutes and hit it again with the heat gun. But for right now, that's about it. I like the colors together. What do you think? This layer will take about 6 hours before it's dry enough that I can do another layer on top so it doesn't mix together. Total cure when you're completely finished is 24 hours. And then it's a good week to be completely, totally cured. But in 24 hours, you can pick it up. You can move it around if you, sometimes like I'll go in and add gold here. And I can do that after the 24 hours and not worry about it spreading anywhere. It'll just go where I want it to go and that's it. So, all right, well. Oh, thanks. I hope she likes it. She's 14. I wanted to make the colors kind of bold and pretty for her, you know? So it's 11. I'm going to guess somewhere between 3 and 4 I'll be back live to start working on the next coat. So hopefully you can catch me. Keep me posted on Carol in case I miss it. I will talk to you later then. Thanks for watching. Bye. There it is. See you then.